my dad. More than a church, Mission Concepcion was also a village, fort, school, farm, and ranch. At the missions, the Franciscans gathered the native peoples together, converted them to Catholicism, taught them Spanish culture, and sought to establish Spanish control of the Texas frontier. Indian families lived in rooms along the interior of the compound walls. Thick limestone walls defended the Mission community from attacks by Indians. The church was the center of the religious activity and the center of Mission's life. Indians of the Mission raised crops, livestock on the nearby fields and outlying ranches.
What are we looking at?
We are looking at a feast table.
Yeah? So you think this is maybe where they prepared the meal?
The Franciscans established 6 missions along the San Antonio River in the early 1700s. 5 of them flourished with the Via de San Fernando became the foundation of the city of San Antonio. Today, missions are elegant reminders of the contribution of Indian and Hispanic peoples to the history of the United States. This symbol means that all of the missions are now national parks. But the interesting thing is that the church here is still a working church. This is a park near Mission Concepcion, and you see what I'm sitting on right here? This is all made out of limestone. The same limestone that made the church that we were just in.
Why do you think they use so much limestone?
Because they find so much of it. It's not like every once in a while they find a little, oh, let's use this. No, they find huge chunks and they have to carve it out.
So does San Antonio have a lot of limestone?
Yes, in South Texas they have tons of it. This is Mission San Jose. Each of these arches represent a different cell. There are 9 upstairs and 5 downstairs. They powered the water right here and turned the water wheel, and then the water wheel moved the grinding stone which made the wheat turn into flour. Since water was vital to the permanency of San Francisco de la Espada Mission, the Franciscan missionaries and their Indian followers built a dam, irrigation ditch, and an aqueduct. Water transported by the Espada ditch crossed the Hydras Creek by way of the Espada Aqueduct. This is the only such structure in the United States. It was built from 1740 to 1745. The alluvial valley produced crops of maize, beans, melons, calabashes, which means squash, and cotton. We are at Mission Espada, and this is the aqueduct.
And what's an aqueduct?
An aqueduct is a bridge that carries water. The reason why there's an aqueduct is because the missionaries needed the aqueduct to take the water to their croplands where they grow the crops. But if they didn't make an aqueduct, it would just fall into the creek, and it would never get to the. It wouldn't get to the cropland. They needed to get water to their croplands, so the missionaries built a dam, dug a ditch called the acequia, and dug the ditch along the hills, and then they had a problem. in order to get the water over the bridge, over the creek, they had to build an aqueduct. So then they built an aqueduct, and then it went all the way through here to the top of the hill and went to the croplands. We are about to enter the Alamo, originally known as Mission San Antonio de Valero. First thing I noticed is that there is a lot more people than any of the other missions.
Yeah, why do you think that is?
Because it's like in the middle of the city.
Oh, and where are the other missions?
Like out in the country.
Do you think this is what the Alamo looked like when it was back when it was a mission?
No.
No? How do you know?
Because it wasn't like a museum back then.
Yeah, that's true.
It was a home to people.
Yeah.